Hi guys, this is Jess again. The topic that I would like to discuss with you all today is how to conduct a proper interview session. This topic is actually inspired by one of my friends who is currently a senior manager in his company. So there was one day he needed to hire a position for his company and he suddenly came to me and asked, "Hey Jess, can you please prepare me an interview question list because I don't have any ideas what to ask during the interview session." So I soon realized that there are actually quite a lot of articles and videos out there providing insights for the employees or interviewees on how to answer the interview questions. But actually, I feel that there are not so many articles or videos actually providing insights for the employers on how to conduct a proper interview session. And I still remember back to 7 years ago when I have to hire my first staff for my gelato business. I basically do not know how to hire a person and I do not know how to ask the right questions during the whole interview sessions. So you can imagine how awkward that day was. Alright, let's straight to the points. For today's topic, how to conduct a proper interview session. For me is the most important first step for how to conduct an interview session is you have to come up a very clear job scopes. A clear job scope inclusive of salary range, working hours and also responsibilities of the position. It's because a lot of times many employers came to me and asked me to hire a certain position for their company. Very often when I ask them for the job scopes, they would just answer me, "Hey Jess, just get me the right person." So I was like, oh, you need to have a clear job scopes because a clear job scopes, it can actually help you to filter the talents in a better way. Alright, so now if you have come out the clear job scopes, you can actually start looking out the talents you want or start posting the job advertisements in social medias or some of the job sites. So now when you got the resumes, what you're going to do is review the job scopes again and also go through the resume again and see if the working experience actually aligns with the job scopes that you have stated. Okay, so after all the things that you have done, so when it comes to the interview session. So when it comes to the interview session, I basically feel that the most important thing that one of the most important thing that you should actually look into is be punctual. Because I personally feel that an interview session is somehow a way to represent your company image or your personal image because you don't want to be rude to the candidates and later on the candidates go back and spread around the negativities about your company image, about your company or you yourself. Later on the company image might be jeopardized. So be punctual is the first step, and then there are also few steps you could actually take consideration into when it comes to the interview session. Number first one is introduce yourself and your company. Try to be nice to the candidates because I feel that the real purpose of an interview session is actually to let the employee showcase their ability, knowledge and also character. So if let's say the candidates feel extremely nervous during an interview session, it's very hard for them to perform better during the interview session. So try to break the ice and build some rapport during the interview session so that the interviewees will feel more comfortable to perform during the interview session. Step number 2, ask the right questions. You can actually ask some behavioral questions like if you encounter such situation like ABC, how would you handle this situation? Or what are your past achievements in your previous employments? Or if you want to know more about the interview questions that you could ask during the interview session, you could actually click the link below because I have done a similar interview questions video before. Step number 3, sell the job opportunity or the company. Because we are living in a candidate-driven market today. It's no longer for the employer to choose the talents, it's basically for the talents to choose the employer most of the times. So do not forget to sell the job opportunity or the company so that you can recruit, you can attract the talents easily for the certain position. So last but not least, always thank for the candidates for spending their time for the interview session and also advise them a clear timeline or time frames when they can actually hear from you again. I think the follow-up action is actually very important, and this is also to show that you are professional enough to let the candidates know that when they can expect to hear from you again. So basically, these are the few steps that you could look into if you are going to hire somebody soon. And I hope this video will help will provide you a clear guidelines on how to conduct a proper interview sessions. If you have any comments or if you have any questions regarding about this video, you can actually comment below and I will try to answer you accordingly. So I'll see you guys.